Are men better than women in science? Are certain races smarter? Those are the stereotypes, but now some psychologists say stereotypes can become self-fulfilling prophecies.
What's the ratio here of cute guys to, me?
Ever see this ad depicting a ditzy woman trying to get into college?
What are your plans for the future?
When are the homecoming queen elections?
One study showed that women who watched ads like this before taking a math test scored 38% lower than women who didn't see the ad. The Kaplan Education and Test Prep Company helped us run similar tests. And sure enough, in our unscientific test, the women who saw the sexist commercials did worse. Some later told us they found those results hard to believe. It's so powerful that just watching the dumb ad could make a difference?
No.
I don't think so.
The women in your group did worse.
The only way for it to work is that you have to internalize it.
I guess you don't know what's really affecting you, which is creepy in and of itself.
This stereotype effect has been found in study after study, says NYU psychology professor Joshua Aronson.
We found that just reminding the women that they were college students at a selective college overcame the gender gap. However, when we remind them that they're women, the gap widens.
You tell Asians that, remember, Asians do well in math?
Yes.
Their scores go up?
Yes.
Then what does the stereotype that blacks test poorly do to a black person who's about to take a test?
The situation of taking an IQ test for a black kid is so loaded that it's not a direct measure of their intelligence.
He found he could change blacks' test scores simply by saying different things before the test.
Tell people taking that test that this isn't a test at all, it's a puzzle. The black students' scores jump dramatically. Mindset matters.
That was also found in golf experiments, as demonstrated here, done by Jeff Stone at the University of Arizona.
The test is designed to measure personal factors correlated with natural athletic ability.
First, black and white students are told a miniature golf game tests athletic ability.
Natural athletic ability. Natural athletic ability.
After hearing that, blacks perform better. Blacks, after all, have heard plenty about blacks being natural athletes.
I'm confident in my ability, so when I heard it was a test of that, I was like, okay, well, I know I'm going to score somewhere in the high range to see how high I can go with this. Oh!
But when students were told the golf game is a test of intelligence,
The test is designed to measure personal factors correlated with sports intelligence.
his study found the black scores were 18% worse.
Oh, come on.
Some of this research showing that stereotypes can become self-fulfilling prophecies was inspired by Jane Elliott's surprising experience.
It might be interesting to judge people today by the color of their eyes. Would you like to try this? Yeah!
Almost 40 years ago, this Iowa schoolteacher decided she'd show the kids what it was like to live with discrimination. So she divided her classes by eye color. ABC happened to be there to film one of her tests.
I mean, the blue-eyed people are the better people in this room. Oh, yes, they are. This is a fact. Blue-eyed people are better than brown-eyed people.
She had the so-called inferior brown-eyed group wear these identifying collars. She told them they were lazy and slow and they'd have shorter recess.
Brown-eyed people are not to play with the blue-eyed people on the playground.
The kids' behavior soon changed. Brown-eyed kids were miserable. The next day, she reversed the roles.
Yesterday, I told you that brown-eyed people aren't as good as blue-eyed people. That wasn't true. The truth is that brown-eyed people are better than blue-eyed people.
Then she gave them a flashcard test.
Okay, you want to be timed this morning?
Yeah!
After the brown-eyed kids had been labeled inferior, it took them 5 minutes to finish the flashcards. But the next day, when they were the superior group, they finished in half the time.
I had no idea that you could change a child's academic performance. It never occurred to me that that would really work. On the day the kids were on the top, their academic performance was better than it had ever been before in my classroom.
You went faster than I've ever had anyone go through the card pack.
When you're told you're superior, you act up to that.
But the children she'd treated as inferior that day did much worse.
I set them up to fail, and they failed.
4 minutes and 18 seconds. I knew we weren't going to make it. How long did it take you yesterday?
3 minutes.
The inferior group of kids seemed deeply affected by the day's test.
I said, "Do you want to take these collars off?" And she said, it wouldn't make any difference. And I said, why? What do you mean? She said, we'll still have these eyes. Honey, it isn't my fault you're stupid.
Today, Elliot does this exercise with older students, again discriminating against half the class based on eye color.
Would you like me to go get my paper and pencil?
I wouldn't like you in any way, shape, or form.
They know it's just an exercise, but being treated as inferior still has a powerful effect.
Persecuted her for standing out. You're doing it again. Persecuted him for standing out. The only change that ever happens is when people stand out, and I am sat back.
The good news, researchers say, is that if students and teachers are just aware of the stereotype effect, they're on their way to overcoming at least part of it.
And if you aren't aware, you'll let it happen, and you'll take that in, and it will become part of your psyche. You don't have to take it in. It's time to kill the stereotypes.
Does the color of eyes that you have make any difference in the kind of person you are? No!